Okay, so this video is going to be kind of different. I have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home, and nor do I plan on spending $20 to $30 on a movie which really just rehashes old stuff from the old movies. But I will read the reviews, and hopefully some of these 5-star reviews, which people are just utterly spamming 5 stars, and I highly doubt this is a 5-star movie. Do you know what a 5-star movie is? A 5-star movie would be like a Stanley Kubrick film or a freaking Steven Spielberg film. Okay, it's not going to be a Spider-Man movie, a superhero movie that we've seen a billion times. So that right off the bat is off-putting. I mean, at a certain point, The Force Awakens had, I think it was like a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. The Force Awakens, and it wasn't even a good film at all. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you were so wrong. Oh yeah, the reviews were 5 stars. All these ratings." I'm like, are you serious? The movie is just one giant fan service, and I can tell that from not even seeing the film. Okay, it's just fan service. 2.5 hours of fan service, old villains, lackluster version of Spider-Man, as we've already seen with every single movie. It doesn't take a freaking Einstein to understand that this movie is just going to be bad. It is bad. So let's read some of these reviews, and hopefully it will convince me to go watch it. So let's try to sort it by newest, because I don't want to be let's take it from the top. Okay, so Blessed Bay says this was a beautiful movie. So we've already seen crappy CGI, bad cinematography, but somehow people are saying it's a beautiful movie. And they said, the best thing I've ever experienced this year, and I haven't been to a movie theater since it came out in 2019, I believe. The actors really did their thing, especially Tom Holland. I mean, what are they acting? What sort of emotions are they conveying in this stupid comic book movie? And a lot of fanboys are going to get mad at the comment. No, this is stupid comic book movie. I'm like, yes, it is. It is. Comic book movie after comic book movie after comic book movie is getting released every single year. No changes, no iterations. Every single year. No, not even every single year. Every single month. And they're saying it's the most beautiful thing ever. And they say that about every single superhero movie once it comes out. And then they just forget about it. And it said, it felt like no one outshined him in this film. And for the most part, the film made sense and didn't feel forced, rushed, or cringy. Have you seen the trailer? Have you seen the sneak peeks? Literally forced, rushed, and cringy. Matter of fact, this movie is literally the definition of forced, rush, and cringy. They're just cranking out Spider-Man movie after Spider-Man movie after superhero movie. No sort of retakes. No, if it was a beautiful movie, a masterpiece, they would have hundreds of takes, different takes, until they get the perfect one. This movie, they probably didn't even do multiple takes. They just went along with it and shot it in like 5 days. Oh, we have a schedule to keep. We gotta save on this budget so we can give the remainder of the budget to our rich friends in Hollywood. I highly doubt you have any sort of taste, and really it's a taste problem. People have no taste anymore. Taste in good movies. And I'm not trying to sound like a boomer, obviously. I'm only 23 years old. I'm not a freaking boomer. I'm just a guy in a world surrounded by idiots with common sense. She also says, or he, whatever, it was Absolutely perfect. Did you guys hear this? Absolutely perfect. A Spider-Man movie you're calling absolutely perfect. A stupid Spider-Man movie filled with CGI, you're calling it absolutely perfect. The budget, let's not even get into that. There's nothing. I don't care how many 5-star reviews there are. There's nothing you can ever do to convince me that this is absolutely perfect, an absolutely perfect film. Nothing. Nothing. No way. No way. It says, at my movie theater, I went to this is the intelligence level of today's Spider-Man fans. They had motion seats where your seats move during action scenes, which had me enjoying it even more. Also, half of my tickets were free because someone's friend never showed up, so he left the tickets at the concession stand. That's called stealing. It's called literally stealing. You just took tickets. You didn't even ask the perfect person you were taking the ticket. Maybe they left them and they wanted to come back to get them. And it said my favorite scenes were spoilers. Okay, I'm not reading the rest of this. I'm not going to spoil it for me because maybe I will go see this film. Maybe. So let's go to the next review. Let's go to something shorter and not some tangent about calling things absolutely perfect all the time. We know it's not going to be an absolutely perfect film. It's going to be mildly entertaining at best. Very mildly. So I'm trying to go to something short. Something very... Okay, spoiler-free review. It says, this is it. This is something that makes me feel I'm so darn lucky to have experienced a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Can you explain anything? Can you explain why it's a masterpiece? People have just gone bonkers. I don't know if they're putting something in the water or what, but there's just the hype for this film surpassed the hype for any other film, and people were hyped for this film not because of the storyline, not because of anything. They were hyped because of the villains that were in the old movies. If you're hyper, if you're a true Spider-Man fan, you wouldn't have to watch the stupid trashy cliche garbage to get the old villains. Just rewatch the old things. I want a new villain. How about going into detail on all the old or all the new villains? Make some new villains that haven't gotten very many screen time elements. This is just ridiculous. It says a perfect. Notice how they always use the word perfect, and they never explain why it's perfect. Never. They never explain why. It's just they're blinded by hype. Every time somebody can say something is perfect and never explain why, it's that they're blinded by freaking nostalgia. There's no way this is a perfect film. You do realize that a perfect film would be a movie that makes you think. Like all the old movies, all the big directors that really paved the way for modern cinema by taking risk. Did this film go through any risk? They just go through the beats, don't offend any of their fan base, don't say anything that might offend or make the audience think too hard. Otherwise they'll say it's a bad film. So the mindless idiots, because it didn't challenge them in any sort of way, they say it's a perfect film. They say it's a perfect film. Mindless lemmings. I mean, we've been getting this same type of moviegoer. All the people that think, all the people with actual brain cells, they've stopped going to movies. They've stopped seeing movies. And all that's left is the Marvel fanboys, the Disney fanboys, the stupid remakes and rehash fanboys. That's all that's left. So of course it's going to get 5-star reviews. It's echo chamber. Hollywood has just become one giant echo chamber. And you know what? There's nothing in the world, absolutely nothing in the world that can convince me that this is a perfect film. I don't care. There is no perfect film. First of all, I don't think there's anything even close to a perfect film. There is no perfect film. So that, off the bat, just shows me that you don't know what you're talking about. And you don't even know how to review movies. You're just an average, basic moviegoer who has no taste in true movies. Okay, they'll probably call movies like The Thing crap, but they'll say this is a masterpiece. Just complete and utter nonsense. And it says, I'm not able to stop myself from thinking again and again about what my eyes witnessed. What could you possibly have seen on the screen that made you say that? And they never go into detail. Never go into detail. Is this like next level, next gen, mind-blowing, futuristic movie making technology that we've never seen before? No, it's green screen, CGI, After Effects, basic After Effects, and they had cheap labor from overseas just crank out the CGI. No. Buck, and it just looks like crap. From what I've seen in the trailer, there's nothing special. Nothing special. Nothing at all special about this movie. Every Marvel movie is deemed perfect. Everything, and they always somehow are just able to top themselves from the next film. No, because every movie is getting progressively worse and progressively forced and progressively better. Okay, there's nothing good about this film. Nothing. If you want to go see good Spider-Man content, go rewatch the spectacular Spider-Man animated series. That is probably the best Spider-Man story, consistency-wise story in the Spider-Man universe we've ever seen. And corporate hacks like Disney, Marvel, they shut it down. They pulled the plug so they can make these crappy Spider-Man No Way Home or home movies. Makes no sense. I'm just at a loss of words of how blatantly facetious these reviews are. There's no way you can even remotely say that a Spider-Man movie is perfect. No way. No way. And it says, I genuinely believe I have got the best movie of my entire life. That's what she literally. And once the hype dies down, I want you guys to rewatch this video. I want you guys to rewatch this video in detail and notice everything I'm saying is right. It's going to be like The Force Awakens, where people come back 4 years later and say, wow, we were stupid for liking this film. Think about it. And it says, I genuinely believe I have got the best movie of my entire life. This is the state of the moviegoer. This is the state. What else do you need but member berries? Nothing else will ever be better than this for me. I repeat, ever. True masterpiece. True masterpiece. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Give them all your money. Buy the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th Spider-Man movie, the next reboot, and the next with some. And the actor they replace Peter Parker with will get progressively worse until they've squeezed every bit of Spider-Man content dry. Just a joke. Just a joke.